Hello, welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchsa with Foot Title Group. How are you doing on this beautiful, fine morning? Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in, and it really matters to me that you care enough to want to know what we're talking about. And we try to come to you a couple times each week to give you information about the real estate process, the mortgage process, and the home closing process. And I wanted to talk to you, this whole month we've been talking about terms, definitions, maybe words that you don't understand with respect to the home closing process. And today I wanted to talk to you for just a minute about equity. I think a lot of people understand what it means, but I think there's a lot of questions out there about what that actually is. And so I just want to talk about it for a second. If you have a question or there's something that you don't understand that doesn't have to do with this, but does have to do with real estate or some respect, certainly reach out to me and let me know. I love being able to help you. One of my most passionate parts about what I do is helping people understand the process and giving you information. Education is key. And so I want you to understand or know that you can ask the questions and have a resource there available for you anytime to ask those questions. So thank you so much for tuning in. I also would really appreciate it if you hit that share button, because if I'm talking about something that you find interesting, I'm sure that someone you know will find it interesting as well. So today we're talking about equity, and equity is when we're talking about the home that you own. As you, when you purchase the home initially, in most cases, most people need to get a mortgage to purchase that home. And so when you get a mortgage to purchase that home, that mortgage usually is around the same amount as the purchase price, or maybe a little bit less. So whatever money you are putting into that purchase is initially your equity. So let's say that you're buying a $200,000 house and you're borrowing $150,000. Well, that $50,000 that you are putting in of your own cash is your equity. Now, as you make your mortgage payments and pay down that mortgage, so you're paying on that $150,000 and that amount is going down, you are increasing the amount of equity or your ownership of that property. So the equity is the part that you own that you don't owe anybody else for. Now, there's another way that you can get equity in a home. Home values changing in the real estate market also increase or could decrease your equity. And so that's an important thing to understand, that the home resale market has something to do with what your equity looks like. Now, what we saw several years ago with the housing market crash is a very unusual thing and does not happen often. Usually people do see some equity increase in the value of their home, but it's also very small, very moderate, or not very moderate. It's a very small amount and it's incrementally. It's almost like having, people think of a home as an investment, and it is in a lot of ways. But equating that to, a stock that takes off or those types of things isn't practical. Your home investment is investing in where you live, the comfort of having that home, and the equity you build in that home is both paying down that mortgage, but also as the home value of your home, as you do things to it, and also the neighborhood around you increases, then that also gives you equity. So basically your equity is the difference between how much you owe and how much you own. And so that difference in between there is your equity, and that's your value in your home. So hopefully I gave you a little bit of good information. If you didn't understand that, or if there's something else that we need to talk about that you want me to talk about, please reach out and let me know. I love answering questions. As I said, education in my mind is hugely important in this business. And I think that in the real estate market, there's so many things going on and so many people involved in the process, it gets really confusing. And so my passion is to help you understand some of those pieces. So thanks for taking the time to tune in. I'm Connie Fuchsa with Foot Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. And this is Coffee with Connie. And I hope you'll tune in again soon. I look forward to talking to you. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.